Good morning folks, 21st Century Caveman here. Hope everybody's well, hope everybody's happy. So this is a follow-up video to the one I uploaded 3 or 4 weeks ago asking for some ideas about an emergency kit for my car. So I've had a short while to consider the various possibilities, and I'd like to thank everybody for those contributions which have been made, which have helped me formulate the kit which I have at the moment. You know, it's an evolving emergency kit and it's obviously subject to change, but certainly as things stand at the 18th of August this is what I've got at the moment, but subject to my experiences and what have you, it may change. In putting together this kit I've considered the very helpful suggestions made by my subscribers and anybody watching the video, and I've also taken ideas from the internet. For example, looking at emergency kits which are required when you're going abroad, kits which have already been produced by organisations like the AA, the RAC and other people's suggestions on YouTube. So anyway, I've put all those ideas together and this is what I've ended up with. Okay, I'll reset the camera and I'll get back to you. Right, okay, so there were 12 items in particular which I deemed to be the most important, certainly for my needs, based on my experience, my environment and the sort of travelling I'll be doing. And in at number 12 came a first aid kit, and I'll be doing these in reverse order. Okay, so this is a very comprehensive first aid kit which I purchased off Amazon. It's got just about everything in there. It's a really brilliant price. The only thing I've actually added to that is my own pair of tweezers. It's got a great selection of everything you can need really, certainly very comprehensive as I said, and so that first aid kit there, look, has come in at number 12. Now at number 11 we had a tow rope. Okay, so this is a decent quality tow rope which once again I've purchased from Amazon. It's a strap actually, and you know, it can tow up to 6.5 tons, so that's a nice good quality one. Loads of good reviews from Amazon. So that comes in at number 11. So at number 10 we have some jump leads. I've had these for a few years. They're heavy duty jump leads, and it's one of those things whereby you may or may not need them. I've had to jump other people's cars quite a few times in the past, so it's more likely than not that if I need jump leads it'll be to perhaps help somebody else. We're a 2-car household, so it might be the case that I need to jump start the other car or vice versa. But I think it's also one of those things whereby if you break down, so for example on the motorway or when you're out driving away from home, chances are if it's something the chances are that jump leads will not get you going if your car breaks down. Okay, so the jump leads came in at number 10. Now in at number 9 I've got a rescue tool of some description. Now this is something once again which I purchased from Amazon. It's also got the hammer there for breaking glass, but it's also got the seatbelt cutter there. Okay, there's a little bit of rust on that actually, which was disappointing. I've got 2 of these, one for my car and one for the other car which Tina drives, so some sort of rescue tool. Now at the end of the day, I think that these are certainly invaluable for what they cost. It's certainly worth having one in the car, given the fact that it could potentially save your life. God forbid an accident should happen. But equally, a rescue tool could be something like a multi-tool. So you've obviously got a blade here. I'm not recommending this particular multi-tool. Bahco, they're not bad, but this particular multi-tool wasn't fantastic. But the point is, I think it's good to have a multi-tool because you can, if you've got a sharp blade, you can cut the seat belt, and also you've got pliers there, and because I've got a nice fine point, then you could use that to break glass with. But obviously also with the multi-tool you have far more utility. You've got screwdrivers and all sorts of little tools on there. So in at number 9 we have some sort of rescue tool. So at number 8 we have a fuel can. Okay, now this toolkit, this emergency kit, is based on my previous experience and pretty much, and the experiences of others. So it's more likely than not that if I'm travelling any distance I'll either need to take some extra fuel with me or have the ability to actually get some additional fuel should I run out or should the need arise. Okay. Right, so at number 7 I've got some gloves. Now gloves, they always come in handy, and I always find myself needing a pair of gloves. Now it doesn't just mean to say that I have to have one pair of gloves. I've actually got 3 different sorts of gloves here. Okay, I've got a reasonably strong pair of rigger gloves with the leather palms and fingers. I've got a pair of those. I have a pair of fantastic builder's gloves here. I wear these all the time around the house doing DIY. They're absolutely fantastic, and they're inexpensive as well. But also I've got a pair of Marigold rubber gloves here. Okay, these are absolutely fantastic, and you know, if you're dealing with something which is really dirty or greasy or oily, a pair of those is certainly worthwhile having, just to protect your hands. And so they've come in at number 7. Okay, so in at number 6 we have a bottle jack and an extension bar. Now I do have a bottle jack in the car anyway, and it's contained just there, and also behind one of these seats, I think it might be this one actually, there is actually a large extension bar. It's behind the other one actually, but basically what happens is it's a large bar which enables you to take off the caps and also to jack the vehicle up. Okay, so basically in at number 6 we have a car jack which is contained within that sort of area there, and obviously it's important to make sure that you know, these things do work properly. Okay, so that's number 6. Now number 5, I've actually got a torch. Now it can be, I think certainly from my perspective, head torches are extremely, I don't know, they're just more practical, they're more useful than a normal torch, although I'd rather have a normal torch than no torch at all. So I've actually got a couple of torches here. Okay, they're relatively inexpensive. So I've got an Energizer head torch there, and the beauty of head torches are quite simply the fact that, you know, you've got access to both hands if you're doing something, and a light source as well. Okay, so a torch will come in at number 5. And obviously if I was going to do a really, these items are going to be staying with me all the time in the car, okay, but if I was doing a long journey, or I was going to be away from home for quite a period of time, I would upgrade these. I'd have, so for example, my Petzl head torch and a Phoenix torch, obviously with extra batteries. Okay, and the reason incidentally that the head torch comes in higher than the jack is quite simply because if you know, I need to replace my tyre etc, and it's dark, there's no way I'm actually going to attempt to do something potentially dangerous like changing a jack, which could mean injuring myself or damaging the car if I haven't got a proper light source, and it puts myself at risk. So that's why it's one of these twisted logic situations really, whereby the torch would be more important in that sort of a scenario if it was dark than the actual jack, because I've also got to be able to use it safely. And obviously with something like a torch, you know, a lot of torches have different modes and you can use them for signalling and all sorts of things. Okay, so that would actually come in higher than the actual jack itself. Now number 4 is going to be a warning triangle. Once again, this is something which I've purchased from Amazon at a very, very good price, and this is something which is when you look at virtually every breakdown kit, then you know, and also if you're traveling abroad in Europe, you need a warning triangle. Okay, so this is absolutely essential, and that's why it's much higher up the list. Okay, this comes in at number 4, warning triangle. Right, okay, so in at number 3 we have a high visibility vest, and if you look at all of the standard emergency kits which you can purchase, you will always find one of these in there. So I've got a couple, one of which to use when I'm cycling. This one will always stay in the car, along with a high visibility jacket with a hood on it, which is completely waterproof. And the reason these come higher than, say for example, the warning triangle, the torch, the car jack, the gloves, petrol can, rescue tool and all the rest of it, is quite simply because if your car breaks down, it may not be safe to stay in your car. You need to actually leave the vehicle. And if you do leave the vehicle, say for example to put out your warning triangle, then it'll be foolhardy and reckless to leave the vehicle, so for example down a dark road or a lane, to put a warning triangle out if nobody can see you, because obviously there's a great potential to be hit by a car and you could possibly lose your life. So at the end of the day, if you break down and you know, have to leave the car, you need to be visible to other motorists. So you know, your own personal safety would be greater than that of the actual, you know, the vehicle, that sort of thing, if that makes sense. So the high-vis vest stroke jacket, that comes in at number 3. So what could be possibly more important than all of the items which I've mentioned at the moment? Well, that'll be contained within my wallet, and it's my breakdown card. Okay, so I belong to the AA, have done for many years now, and so as far as I'm concerned, second on my list is my AA card, my breakdown card. You know, conspicuous by its absence is the presence of a toolkit. Well, this is my toolkit, because I know if I, for whatever reason, I break down, then I can have a qualified mechanic working on my car within sort of normally around about an hour, that sort of thing, and they'll also tow me virtually anywhere in the UK. So number 2 on my list is the AA breakdown card. That is more important than any of the other items, as far as I'm concerned, in this emergency kit which I store in my car. This is with me in my wallet at all times, along with my cards, cash, identity, that sort of thing. So as far as I'm concerned, that comes in at number 2. So the question arises as to what is the most important item on my emergency kit. What could possibly trump the AA card, which gives me access to a qualified mechanic to work in my car, could tow me anywhere in the country, and all the other stuff you see in the back of this car? What could possibly trump that? Right, okay folks, so the answer is my mobile phone, okay, with a charging lead which sticks in the cigarette lighter in my car. At the end of the day, you know, it's okay actually having breakdown cover, it's okay actually having you know, my AA card, but at the end of the day, if I can't contact these people, it renders it almost useless. Okay, and even if I didn't have that with me, if I've got my mobile phone, I can contact anybody, whoever they might be. I've got access to the internet, but obviously I need to have a full battery, hence the charger. So as far as I'm concerned, this comes in as one piece. My mobile phone, the ability to contact anybody wherever I am pretty much, is the number 1 item in my breakdown kit. Okay, in my emergency kit, this comes in at number 1. This is what I need to have on me, and will always have with me every single day of the week.